Guys, today we're going to take a look at the SNAPTAIN H823H. Kind of a long name. I want to thank SNAPTAIN for sending this out to me to review. And let's take a look inside the box. All right, here's inside the box. You got the transmitter. It's one of those, little tiny little transmitters, There's millions of quadcopters that have this transmitter, okay? Millions of them. The H20H comes to mind. And it has it uses three AAA batteries. I took that screw out of there. That screw we all hate. I took it out in advance. Now it has the charger right here. There's the charger lead. And the way this charger works, when you plug it in, the light will be red. Just so you can see it. When you charge it, plug it in, the light will be red. When you plug in the battery, the thing's already charged, so it's not going to do it. But when you plug the quadcopter in right here in the charge port, the light will go out. And then when it's charged, the light will come back on. So when the light's out, it's charging. When the light comes back on, the charge is finished. Just so you know that. So here's the quadcopter itself. And, I took it for a quickie little flight here in the kitchen. And it flies really decently. And most of these little box enclosed things fly terribly. The Mini Ready comes to mind. But where those other ones made the mistake that the SNAPTAIN did not make with this design is underneath. They did not encase the underneath, so the exhaust could actually get out. The thrust would actually work. Where on the Mini Ready, the top of it, the cage was so thick, there was no room for the exhaust to escape. This is a completely different design. There's room for the thrust to get out, so the quadcopter will move around. Now, I looked high and low everywhere for the size of this battery. I'm sure if I cut this, I could see what it is inside there, but I'm not going to because I don't want to ruin it. My guess is going to be it's going to be like a 150 at the most. A 3.7 150, and that's going to be the top of what the size of this thing's going to be. The manual is laid out real nice. It's only 4 pages for each language, but it has tells you how to calibrate it right here. It's down and out, or down and to the left, or down and to the right. Really not a lot to it. You got your rate button here, your flip button here, your headless mode here, your return to home. I don't know why you would need a return to home for something like this, but they have one on there. There's really not a lot to it. And you have the chargers actually in the bag. I was using the charger from the H20H to charge the battery in there because it's the same charger. But the charger's in here, the screwdriver, the spare props, which you're probably never going to be able to use the spare props because I could just imagine you would have to take off this whole cage right here, and they should never mess up unless you were going to change the motor, because how are you going to break one of the props? It's going to be pretty difficult to tear a prop up on this thing because the cage is good, but it's thin. They made it real thin, which is really good. So why don't we just take it up here in the kitchen and see what it looks like. We'll put the weight on there real quick. 21 grams. Okay, so it doesn't weigh anything. But like I said, I could never find the size of the battery. And I looked everywhere online for that, but it just wasn't meant to be. Here's a little light right here, too. Let's turn it on. There you go. Oh, I think this button here is the takeoff and land button. And I was right. Let's get the flips out of the way first while we got power. Now see, that's what I like, the nice tight flips. Okay, it flips in all the directions too. That was just a front flip right there. So it flips in all the directions. I'll put the battery time in there too. Boy, this thing is just so night and day different from the Mini Ready. This thing actually flies great compared to that. Look how maneuverable it is in this little tiny kitchen. Oh yeah, a kid would have a blast with this thing. I can't recommend this enough, man. You're probably going to get at least 3 minutes out of it. Oh, this thing handles like a dream. Now, I'm doing it in the low rate because I'm in here in these tight quarters. You know, if I was in that living room over there, I would put it in the higher rate. But I'm just, messing around with it in the kitchen. So I'm not trying to break any land speed records in here. But it flies great. It steers great, as you can tell. All you got to do is watch. Anybody can fly this thing. I'm just going to run the battery out. We want to see what the flight time is. What a great little indoor flyer. Wow. This thing is super. So the battery's still going because the flips are still working. So we still got a little juice left in the battery. Damn, I wish my Mavic Air flew this good. I tried to take it out the other day and I had it all. I had the whole car loaded up. Karma, Mavic Air, Anafi, the whole shooting match. I went to that place where the trains always come by, and all of a sudden 40-mile-an-hour winds started coming. And I was like, oh, crap. And just right on schedule, that train came. Every Sunday, I know that at 9:30, a train comes by at that spot that I was at, because I want to get a shot with the quadcopter over top of the train. But I'm not going to do it I'm not going to... Oh, there goes some kind of... Okay, there's the battery warning. I'm not going to be able to do it with the Karma because the Karma is... keeps giving me these compass errors when I try to get too close to the train. So I'll use the Mavic Pro for that. Okay, I'm going to land it because I don't want to ruin the battery because I'll probably wind up giving this away to somebody. All right, guys, there you go. The SNAPTAIN H823H 4-axis aircraft series. Ages 14 and up, which I could say a 10-year-old could fly this, no problem. All right, guys. It's a real beauty. Can't recommend this enough. Have a nice day.